good afternoon, and good night. Depending on where in the world you are tapping in from, you got to keep in mind that Keep It P podcast is a global show, and today we'll be talking about I love my wife and I want her to be found. Colorado husband Barry Morphew speaks out after state drops the murder case against him. Boy, it must be nice to be white and have the privilege. Let me guess. A whole lot of mayo splain. I already smell all the Gordon fish sticks. Come on, man. This is starting to get ridiculous. We'll talk about this some more when we come back on this episode of Hold the Mayo. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some mayo in it.
Music Tuesday.
Kendra, you're the best. Kendra Blackwood is the fucking best.
Thank you for tuning in to the Keep It P podcast. This is Hold the Mayo edition, and I am your host, TZ Von Savage, in the place to be. Sucker MCs. Self hug, self love. That's a beatbox and a b-boy stance. You may have thought that was corny. You may have. But what's even more corny is if we let the culture die, y'all. And what's even more corny than that is when we don't protect our children, like your little baby not getting no food while you're looking on the video camera for the daycare and all the white kids are getting fed. And you do nothing, Buster. No, that's corny. Let's get into this mayo, this big Costco vat of mayo, and they're going to explain to us why his white privilege allowed him to have murder charges dropped. We'll be not guilty at all, wasn't even there, sleep at the house, and you'll have somebody, a PC witness who's seen you there, and all of a sudden, DNA for, we found a little molecule, an atom of DNA, and you was there, plus we got a witness. The Colorado husband accused by local prosecutors of murdering his wife, Suzanne Morphew, said in an exclusive ABC getting paid for interviews. Exclusive ABC, I got a GoFundMe, I bet. ABC News interview on Friday morning that he hopes his wife will someday be found. Someday. You don't know where she's at, but hopefully someday, when you know never, she'll be found. But okay. I just love my girls and I love my wife, Barry Morphew said, and I just want her to be found. Morphew's daughters appeared by their father's side for the Good Morning America interview. We just know our dad better than anyone else, and we know he was not involved in our mom's disappearance. Look, won't even say it's a murder or she's dead or nothing. Mallory Morphew said as her sister Macy nodded in agreement. These last few years have been the most difficult thing that we've ever experienced. Mallory continued, we just miss our mom so much and we want her to be found. Mallory said it was a blessing that the family could finally start to heal from the loss of Suzanne, even after prosecutors. Okay, spelled after wrong. I don't know what they're talking about, but it's been such an emotional roller coaster and just traumatizing, Macy Morphew echoed. I wonder what the black community goes to one of their fathers, one of their mothers is killed by a tyrannical race soldier, and the kids. So you didn't even see nothing. Imagine a little black kid seeing their dad get popped. Oh well, his dad should have just been listening. That's it. That's all it is. It went. Why should the police care if he didn't care? Public servant maybe, and how this girl just said is very traumatizing. Maybe you'll listen to Lil Lily here. Little Becky's trying to tell you that this can be traumatizing. She's just talking about an emotional roller coaster of seeing her dad be jerked around, right? Supposedly, right? What about when black dads are jerked around by the legal system? Is that an emotional roller coaster for their kids, perhaps? Could it be traumatizing for their children, perhaps? Or what about slavery? Was that traumatizing? Can trauma be passed down? Can emotional stress, can emotional disorders be passed down? Hmm. The family then spoke in unison to criticize the district attorney's office for the way it handled the case. All at the same time, he said they suck. I just hope that the district attorney will step up to the plate and do everything she can to find her mom, because what they've done is not fair. I know you're not talking about fairness. You guys look kind of older. To you guys, fairness? Oh, oh, toughen up, Buttercup. Ain't that what y'all say to up? Oh, okay. Um, it's not fair, and we're never going to stop looking for our mom. Macy Morphew said in an emotional, on-camera statement. Iris Itan, Barry Morphy's attorney, told ABC News that she is planning to file a complaint against the way the office of DA Linda Stanley handled the case. You treated us. You didn't give us the kid glove. PC white privilege. We didn't get the mayonnaise cauliflower hand treatment. We're gonna see to it you pay for that. Do you know who my dad is, bro? Prosecutors need to be held responsible, and they need to pay for the damage they've caused to Barry, which is frankly nearly irreparable at this point. So ain't enough money. So we're gonna go for $1 trillion, right? Right. But then when we asking for reparations, oh my gosh, where are we going to get it? How could you ask for that? Why would we pay it? What do we have to do with that? Because it's hard for anybody to believe that Barry is not who they claim he was. Iton told the morning news program, if you want to honor Suzanne and you want to honor the daughters, go find Suzanne. She publicly told prosecutors. Can we get some of that honor? Do we ever get a slice of that honor? Oh, not like we built the country or anything, but okay. Text messages Suzanne Morphew sent to a friend before she died suggested that Suzanne believed Barry was dragging one of the couple's daughters into the troubled relationship between the husband and wife. Come on, he did that. Troubled relationship. Stop. Y'all was fighting that night. You bludgeoned her to death, allegedly. The messages also suggested that Suzanne believed Barry was manipulating at least one of the girls to stay on his side. If ABC News asked about those messages, the answer did not appear in the broadcast version or online version of the story. It's why didn't y'all ask about that? He's not stable, Suzanne wrote in an apparent reference to Barry. Dang, but that wasn't enough. Oh, we got it. We can infer and use our common sense and assume when it's black people. So she wasn't talking about Barry because she didn't say Barry. Okay. It's guilt and desperate measures he's taking. Suzanne also appeared to have written that her daughter Macy knows more than she should about the couple's troubles. My heart is aching for what he did today. Suzanne continued in a message to her friend while referencing one of her daughters. She and I had a peaceful, fun week. How do you know they was talking about the daughter's then if she didn't say about the name then? He came in and wrecked it and left, making her feel bad for him. It's sick. He looks for any reason to run. It can be small, and he blows up and takes off. I believe there's still another epilepsy in original. The meaning of another is unclear for the context. We know it's a relationship with some other person that's not his wife. Shut up. Probably one of his daughter's homegirls. But Barry Morphew was accused of having an intimate relationship with another woman as the investigation unraveled. That woman denied the claims but was arrested for allegedly trespassing on the Morphew family's former property. The charges were eventually dropped. Man, you just drop a lot of charges, man. Just Teflon Dons up there, huh? You got the Teflon Dons in that county. Just you can't be touched. I'm rolling around. I'm blowing trees. I'm running red lights. These FAG cops can't stop me. P. These faggot cops they can't get me. P. Come on, man. I just thought about that. Y'all have no problem dropping the N-bomb while you singing songs. Don't have to be singing songs. And then we gonna tiptoe around fag and faggot. Get out of here. I'm not doing it. One, those are racial slurs when you're talking about the N bomb. And you still feel it can be said by anybody. So no, I'm not showing more respect for another group than that's being showed for my group. B1, you don't like it, D's whoop-de-woos. The investigators revealed a pretrial hearing that Suzanne had been having an affair with a friend from high school for about 2 years. Dang, y'all was getting it in before the disappearance. They alleged that Barry murdered Suzanne and pointed to the affair as a possible motive. Suzanne disappeared on Mother's Day. Dang, take that. That's dirty. In 2020, while on a bicycle ride, Suzanne's bicycle was recovered, but Suzanne has never been found. He paid to have her whacked. Prosecutors chose to drop their case against Barry Morphew after a Colorado trial court judge blocked the state from presenting scads of evidence in the matter. Does that mean lots? Scads? Are we saying you had boatloads of evidence and the judge said, nah, that's the homie. We used to go hunting and play golf, skiing, we used to go up to Vail. So, nah, you can't put none of that evidence in there. Judge Patrick Murphy found probable cause to move the case forward against Morphew as of September 17, 2021. However, Judge Ramsey Lama, who took over the case, later slammed the prosecution for what he called an obvious and egregious violation of one discovery protocol and other less serious violations. Lama, huh? Lama, Ramsey Lama. Is that model citizen-ish? Huh? The violations resulted in Judge Lama's decision to act significant portions of the state's evidence. The court ordered rubbishing of that evidence led prosecutors to fold. They asked to dismiss the case without prejudice, meaning they could refile it again sometime down the road. The most serious violation, Judge Lama wrote, recently surrounded the state's lack of candor regarding a CODIS match to a possible unknown suspect's DNA. Oh, saying they had somebody else's DNA, huh? Y'all got caught forging the DNA, huh? So if y'all did this in his case, what you think they doing in the black people's cases, huh? Is that a regular practice, or is this a bluff? Because why y'all didn't know about that until Lama got on the scene, huh? The CODIS is a federal database that contains DNA evidence connected to criminal activity nationwide. The Colorado Bureau of Investigation, CBI, found that Judge Lama referred to as unknown male DNA on various items of the crime scene, the interior cushion of Suzanne's bike helmet, Mrs. Morphew's bike, the glove box and back seat of Mrs. Morphew's Range Rover. Oh my goodness. Mr. Morphew, along with the other investigative personnel working the scene were excluded as the source of the sample. The judge continued, rather, the unknown male DNA partially matched DNA found in 3 out of the state's unsolved sexual assault investigations: Tempe, Phoenix, and Chicago. The presence of the DNA connected with other crimes in disparate jurisdictions would have given Barry Matthew a strong defense at trial. Someone else did it. We just don't know who he is because his DNA was never attached to a name. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, I ain't even gonna do this. They just nothing but splainage because that is a gang. I'm not reading no more of this. You're not getting no more out of this. I mean, they just bragging at this point. Ha la 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 la. See how I got off. I'm not reading no more of that. I ain't gonna hold you. Just gonna mold you, scold you, and fold you about being on code. What did we learn here, kids, today? There was a multitude of points. I pointed them out throughout the program. The main one is, though, look at what the privilege gets you. Huh? Look at what being on code gets you. That's all. Just trying to get us on code. Let's get on code and go sign that petition that's down there in the left-hand corner. Sign the petition. I got a video for the petition. I got commercials. I got sponsors. I just need y'all to watch it. Can y'all do that? I appreciate it. 4 words: love, peace, blessings, and Maloha. Take that, take that, take that, take that.
Be one to the family. This is Kendra Blackwood of Hot Lava Music TV and the Hot Lava Media Group. And I come to you today with an urgent call to action. And with that being said, this petition is to demand the US government immediately make anti-black racism a public health crisis is now an active campaign at change.org. And after this message, I'm going to need you to go over there and show your support. Right after you smash that like and subscribe if you have not already. Make sure you hit that bell for notifications. It doesn't cost you a thing. Now, this is a petition to demand cash reparations for foundational Black Americans addressing 2 critical components. So what is anti-Black racism? Anti-Black racism is defined here as policies and practices rooted in American institutions such as government, finance, education, healthcare, and justice that mirror and reinforce economic deprivation, racially targeted laws, beliefs, attitudes, prejudice, stereotyping and/or discrimination toward foundational Black Americans. What is a public health crisis, you ask? Well, a health crisis or public health crisis is a difficult situation or complex health system that affects humans in one or more geographic areas, from a particular locality to encompass the entire planet. Health crises generally have significant impacts on community health, loss of life, and on the economy. And ultimately the solution to the problem, it is imperative that the United States government declare anti-Black racism a public health crisis for foundational Black Americans. In 2020, as a community, Asian Americans experienced only 287 hate crimes nationwide. However, FBA in the same year suffered 2,871 reported hate crimes. As we know, those are just the reported accounts according to the F.B.I. As foundational Black Americans, we know that the number should reach in the billions daily. This resulted in a 94-1 unanimous decision to pass into law an anti-Asian hate crime provision to make Asian a protected class. With anti-Black racism being thousands of times more prevalent and permeating within the fabric of America, we ask that you sign this petition to say we are sick of studies and commissions to study forums and meaningless holidays and nothing burger symbolic gestures. We demand the U.S. government to urgently disperse the first initial reparations cash payment of $20 trillion to the surviving descendants of American chattel slavery. AKA, cut the damn check. And I mean that. Jack. On my ancestors for real for real. I proudly digress. Anyway. Check out the new Slave Patrol documentary. Pull up season on you sucker MCs. Don't forget to join us on Patreon. I got 4 words for you. Go grab a shirt. And love, peace, blessings and Maloha. Be one.
Music TV.
savage. Blood on her hair, she's so tragic. Be careful for her love, she love.
Hey, Riri.
Hey Rihanna, hey girl, how you doing? I'm into you like Trump's in the voting. I know that might sound a little confusing.
Call me when you need a friend. Call me when you need someone to come through with that loving baby. I'll be the one to get it from the back. You'll be putting on my body, babe. There ain't no need to answer the phone, 'cause I got you where I need you, baby. Face down in the bed, and we can get it on.